Today, I'm going to read Ick and Crud, The Big Crunch. It's by Wiley Veblenz and illustrated by Jim Hale. Meet the characters: Crud, Ick, Bob, and Miss Puffy. Chapter 1, Follow the Crunch. Why are we running? Asked Ick. You'll see, said Crud. They raced through the yard, jumped over the fence, and landed in Mrs. Martin's flower bed, which was still all mud. Oh, not again, said Crud. Rats. Rats? Asked Ick. Where? No, not rats, said Crud, wiping off the mud. Oh, Crud, Crud, Crud. Why are you yelling my name? Asked Ick. Did you forget it? Crud rolled his eyes. I mean, oh, nuts, he said. Now you're making me hungry, said Ick. The two stood up and started dripping across the yard. Just then, a crunching noise drifted from the woods. Did you hear that? Asked Crud. Hear what? Asked Ick. That crunching sound, said Crud. He pointed to the woods and then took off. Ick ran double time to keep up with him. Why are you running? Asked Ick. That crunching sound is our food. Someone is stealing it. Hold the doggy door, said Ick. He skidded to a stop. I thought you were eating all of our food. Well, and why would you think that? Asked Crud. Ick pointed to Crud's big belly. Oh, I'm storing up for the winter, said Crud. But it's only June, said Ick. He stood on his hind legs and waddled like Crud. If you keep walking like that, said Crud, your legs are going to freeze that way. Nuh-uh, said Ick. Then he dropped down to all fours just in case. Let's keep going, said Crud, and follow that crunch. The two raced to the edge of Mrs. Martin's yard, over another fence, through another yard, around a shed, and then down a hill and across a small garden. But when they got to the edge of the woods, Ick skidded to a stop. What's wrong? Asked Crud. Aren't you coming? Ick shook his head. It's dark in the woods, and there's ghosts. Ghosts? Said Crud. Ghosts don't live in the woods. They live in basements and attics. And old doghouses? Said Ick. Yes, said Crud, and old doghouses. Ick gulped. Come on, said Crud. If I see a ghost, I'll grit my teeth, shake my tail, and scare it away. But ghosts eat little dogs, said Ick. You're safe with me, said Crud. Are you sure? Asked Ick. Have I ever let you down, buddy? Ick shook his head. Then he put one foot inside the woods. Hoo, hoo, hoot, hoot. What's that? Asked Ick. That's just an owl, said Crud. Come on, you scaredy pup. I'm not a scaredy pup, said Ick. I'm just, careful. He took 2 more steps into the woods. Another hoot. Hoot, hoot. Crud's eyes bugged out. He pointed behind Ick, and off he ran. Ick followed like a flea was chewing on his tail. Works every time, whispered Crud. Ick and Crud weaved in and out of the trees. Tall trees, skinny trees, fat trees, the trees with no leaves. They ran until they came to a big rock. Turtle rested in the shade beside it. Ick and Crud knocked on his shell. Hello, Turtle, said Crud. Nice day for a run in the woods, said Ick. Turtle poked his head out and tried to shrug, which was really hard to do in the shell. Did you hear a crunch? Asked Crud. Turtle slowly nodded. Do you know where it is? Asked Ick. Turtle nodded again, then slid back inside his shell. What should we do now? Asked Ick. Well, I don't know, said Crud. Maybe he's calling a friend, said Ick. He leaned over into the turtle's shell. Hello, said Ick. That's the wrong end, said Crud. Oh, oops, said Ick. He walked to the front of the turtle. Hello, he yelled again. Ick tapped on the turtle shell. Can you tell us where you heard the sound? Turtle poked out his head. Then he pointed his nose at a large tree and had a big hole in it. Aha, said Crud. Just as I thought. Thanks, Turtle. Busted. Crud tiptoed to the tree. Ick tiptoed behind him, or tried to. Plop, plop, plop. Get up. It's not easy walking on your toes, moaned Ick. He brushed off the leaves. We'll have to sneak up on that thief, said Crud. Thief? Asked Ick. Robber, villain, stealer of all that is yummy? Ah, said Ick. And be quiet, said Crud. Got it? Got it, yelled Ick. Shh, said Crud. Oh, shh, you too, said Ick. Stop it. Oh, I said stop what? Asked Ick. Crud put his paw on his nose. He mouthed the words. Ick nodded. The hairs on his tail stood up and curled. Crud leaned next to the hole in the tree and darted his head inside. A squirrel sat at the bottom, stuffing food in his mouth. The squirrel looked up. Uh-oh, he squeaked. Gotcha, yelled Crud. Yeah, yelled Ick. Busted. Where's our food? The squirrel burped. Excuse me? He squeaked and he covered his mouth. Then he pointed to a small pile. That's all I have left, asked Crud. The squirrel just stared. Then he picked up a nut and he threw it at Crud and dashed out of the tree. Bonk, swoosh. The two watched as the squirrel raced into the woods and ran headfirst into another tree. Splat! Squirrels aren't very smart. Not as smart as they look, said Ick. Not as smart as dogs, said Crud. Let's go get our food. And that's where we're going to stop today.